Welcome, Vivek.
Thank you. Am I on? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. The time is very limited, Guru tells me. So let me take you to a quick journey of Internet of Everything, which to me, for entrepreneurs, is the biggest opportunity ever. So pay attention, enjoy, and then I'll come back in the end and close on what can we do for you as well as for India. It's an evolutionary field, just began. So definition of Internet of Everything is different by different companies, different segments. But the way Cisco defines it is intelligent connection of people, process, data, and things. Intelligent connection of people, process, data, and things creates Internet of Everything, and that creates massive opportunity. How big? Before we go, you are familiar with the journey. We started with connectivity, digitize access to the information. That was the first phase of Internet, where we worked on emails and browsers, etc. The second phase came with digitizing the business processes, and we started with e-commerce and things like that. The third phase was actually digitize the interactions, social, mobility, cloud, video came into this, and I think now the opportunity for us is to move to Internet of Everything, where we digitize the world. And with that, the opportunity comes. How big is the opportunity? Cisco believes the opportunity is $14.4 trillion over the next 10 years in profit, not the revenue. And there are details of which segments these numbers are from: asset utilization, employee productivity, etc., etc. I'm not going to be able to have time to go through that. However, I point you to this, www.internetofeverything.com. Please go there, and all this information in detail is there for you to see. So I don't have to repeat anything. But that number, where does that number come from? You will see in that white paper that points out all the details. It's all over. Machine to machine, 45% of that comes from. Machine to people, people to machine, almost 3.5 trillion comes from. And then people to people, 4.5 trillion. Massive opportunity in any way you look at it. Where is it going to happen? Well, 1/3 in US, 1/3 in Europe, and rest of the world is really 1/3, with China as the biggest possibility there. So India, unfortunately, fits in rest of the world here. However, India's numbers are not small either. So we'll come back to that later. And which segments it applies most is really manufacturing is the biggest beneficiary of it, where Internet of Things has already started in supply chain in a big, big way. And then you see the retail and finance, etc., etc. Huge opportunity in every segment globally. If you look at the executives' confidence in their firm's ability to capture the value from Internet of Everything, Western CEOs think they are 50% ready. India, an emerging market, you can see it's only 8%. So the opportunity is huge, and if there are CEOs in this crowd from Indian companies, make sure you are paying attention to this, because the Western world has moved to 50% realization, or at least plan of realization, and India is still 8%. Massive opportunity. 99.4% of the world is still unconnected, And if you go to the Cisco Internet of Things website, there is a counter there actually, live counter that is counting all the devices that are connecting to Internet. You can actually see how quickly it is changing, and it is approaching about 10 billion. While everything will get connected, the cars, the buildings, the street lights, everything will get connected, and so we will go from 10 billion, where we are today, to 50 billion in just 10 years. 50 billion devices and people and things have to get connected in the next 10 years. What will that do? Well, creates a ton of information. By the end of 2013, we will create more new information every 10 minutes than what we had created in entire human history up to 2008. Can you imagine the information that is going to happen? Every 10 minutes, we will create more information than we created up to year 2008. Massive information. Now we need to again make use of that information, create intelligence out of that information, and that is where the opportunity lies. So big data and analytics will provide the levels of insight and viability, visibility that we need to make use of Internet of Everything or derive economic value out of Internet of Things. Let me take you to the journey of 2023. How does the world look in Internet of Things? And we can present it forever, but I have just captured it in few slides. Energy, India's biggest challenge as well as world's biggest challenge. So meters will start talking to the buildings and talking to the generators and so on to improve the energy conservation and creation. Water, 30% of the water is wasted worldwide. Yes, it is the most precious commodity for any of us. India alone loses 40% of water that is supplied. We have no visibility to that. Internet of Things has capability to provide you the opportunity to know where the problems are and actually resolve it and save you very, very precious resource for India as we go towards 1.7 billion people in 2050. Food, 40% food is wasted in US, and you would think that India doesn't waste food. Not true at all. 40 to 50% of the food is wasted in India as well. If we can somehow predict and know what's happening with the food, we can actually save that, which is also a very precious commodity for India and the world. Transportation, efficient transportation is a massive problem all over the world, but probably 90% of that is in Bangalore. We can use it today. 1 hour, 45 minutes it takes me to come from Marathalli to here. So we can use it today, but it will make transportation safer, more energy efficient, and more painless. That's what will happen. The glass will have more power than your smartphone today. You will be able to get information literally on your fingertips, actually on your glass frame. That is going to happen. Translation will become everywhere. You can actually say on one end in your language and the other side will be fully translated in whatever language you have. By 23, this is enormous from social, there'll be enough bandwidth at home that you'll be able to have streaming video on every square inch of the wall of 1800 square feet home. All your walls could actually be displaying streaming video of your near and dear ones live all the time. Just like the modem. Remember, we used to sign up with modem and it will get connected with a very, very interesting voice. Some of you have forgotten. Now it's connected all the time. Same way, video will be there and you will be having all your people you care about actually on your wall and you can interact with them anytime. Imagine what it does to the family. You're seeing that on one end there's breakfast going on and the other end there's getting ready for dinner. But they are sitting on the same table across the world. iRobot. Literally you can take this device, it's a robot available commercially, where you can actually take a round of your manufacturing floor in China while you are sitting in Silicon Valley. You can go and talk to operators, you can actually look at the process, you can figure out where the problems are or where the opportunities are. This is all there today. Street light will become into a source of information, which will provide us sensing, communication, safety, security, and entertainment. All of this ready to happen. Sensors will change the healthcare. Here is a Fujitsu glass, where when you go in the morning and look at the glass, actually it will give you all of your blood pressure, oxygen levels, etc., etc. So you don't have to go to any doctor. You just brush your teeth and you get all your vitals. And for babies, the tattoo type of sensor will be there, which will actually monitor the movement of the baby all the time and will protect from any unforeseen situations. All of this is coming our way, and in the end, every child will have an IPv address. You don't need anything else. Every child will have an IPv address. So this is the journey through which Internet of Things, Internet of Everything will take us. It, to me, is the biggest opportunity ahead of us, whether it's $14 trillion or $12 trillion. It is a massive, massive opportunity. For entrepreneurs, it is a huge opportunity to build your businesses, but even more important is that if you look at India's biggest challenges, you can make a dent to that. Education, 300 million children below 15 years of age. Nobody in the world knows actually how to teach 300 million children. Nobody has ever done it. We need technology. Healthcare. Can we provide a proper healthcare in less than $1 a day? Nobody has done it in the world. We can take a lead. Water. We will not have enough water. With 1.7 billion people in 2050, where India will be, we will not have enough water unless we conserve the water and use the technology to save it. Food, another problem. Energy, massive problem. India's largest import is energy, and we can again save and optimize the use of it. Security, massive problem in security, as I say. I always say that terrorism is the third world war. Terrorism is the third world war, and just like we invested in navies and air force in the first two world wars, to win the battle, we need to figure out a way to come out of this terrorism, which will be continuous pain. And Internet of Things has an amazing power to provide us through predictive analysis where the problem areas could be. Massive opportunity there. Efficient transportation, and the last one, corruption. You say, how can corruption, Internet of Things will help? Well, it will. Through e-governance, you remove the opportunity for corruption. But also, I am on the board of an organization called Janagraha, and one of their initiatives is iPaidAbribe.com. Go and look at the site, iPaidAbribe.com. It is doing amazing things. When you pay a bribe, you can go and file and say that I had to pay a bribe. And there's a full analytics of data available on that site, which will tell you that in Bangalore, which government department is most corrupt. You can actually look at all of India. You can say Lucknow, which is the most corrupt department. And now 18 countries in the world are using that iPaidAbribe.com. The impact, there are several cases that you can see on the website, but there are many, many honest and good government officers who have actually worked with iPaidAbribe.com, changed their process to improve the flow of information as well as reduce the opportunity for corruption. So my appeal to entrepreneurs is, go build businesses, massive opportunity for you in terms of making a successful business. But in addition, you can hopefully help India in a big way. Thank you so much.